Now on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com. May 14th marked 21 years since the killing of 19 undocumented immigrants at Fleming Prairie Road near U.S. Highway 77. And yesterday, the City of Victoria updated a set of bylaws pertaining to the Library Advisory Board. Plus, some residents on the south side of Victoria are concerned about the lack of light under a popular underpass.
We got sort of a bit of a break between the storms for now. Got a bit of a warm day coming away today before the storms may be returning tomorrow and Friday. We'll take a look at that in the weather coming up.
The St. Joseph Lady Flyers are state champions. Watch as they celebrate for the first time since 2011 coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain.
And I'm Parker Cox.
And today it's the 15th day of May 2024. The time is now 6:31 on our Wednesday morning, and it is Employee Health and Fitness Day.
Oh, that's a pretty good day.
Yeah, we're really lucky we get a gym membership with our employment.
Yes, I actually went to the gym on Sunday, I believe. Do you ever go to the Y?
I try to go to the Y, but I like to work out at home. What's your favorite exercise machine?
Oh, that's a tough question, actually.
Yeah,
Let me get back to you on that one.
I love the elliptical.
Yeah, I like the row machine.
Oh,
row machine's good. I also like the dumbbells, free weights.
Oh yeah, do some bicep curls.
Oh yeah.
All right, Parker. Well, what are we looking at weather-wise today?
Well, you are looking at
a
lot of water.
Parker,
you are looking at
it looks dangerous.
I promise you're not looking at just a gray screen. You are looking live here in Eastern Victoria. We have got some dangerous fog out there this morning, so please be careful out on the roads right now. But behind the fog, it's a little bit cool out there. That's why we're seeing some of the thicker fog, because when it's a little bit cooler, you can the air tends to kind of get really saturated. So 100% humidity out there with your temperature at 64, and dew point matching that. So please be careful. I don't know why this says 1 mile visibility. That should be 0. I can't see anything on the screen this morning, so 100% please be careful on the roads this morning. It looks like all that dense fog is right now south of Highway 59, maybe a couple miles north of it as well. So anywhere south of it, definitely want to make sure to be a little more cautious on the roads today. But looking at your radar, some of us, you're probably wondering, is that rain? Is that drizzle? No, that is actually the radar bending into the ground, refracting towards the ground, because it is so humid out there this morning. So, but there might be one isolated shower, really light drizzle shower in there somewhere. But to determine where it is, I couldn't possibly tell you exactly, because it's so humid out there. But looking at weather headlines here, any of that fog that's out there right now, good news is it'll go away by right around 9 a.m. And we've got a warm and sunny day today with storms returning possibly tomorrow and Friday possibly. But the heat picks up this weekend after the fronts, with some possibly hitting the 100s. We have an alert day for tomorrow. We're going to take a look at all that more in just a few more moments. Back to Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. May 14th marked 21 years since the killing of 19 undocumented immigrants at Fleming Prairie Road near U.S. Highway 77. The 19 people died inside the back of a hot-packed tractor trailer. A total of 70 people were found inside the truck, where the temperatures reached 173 degrees. Among those found dead was a teenager and a 5-year-old boy. Every year since the tragedy, family members and friends and the community gather to honor the lives lost. On Saturday, May 18th at noon, a group will gather at Fleming Prairie Road and U.S. Highway 77, the Refugio Highway, to remember the victims. On May 14th, the City Council of Victoria updated a set of bylaws pertaining to the Library Advisory Board. The updated bylaws follow a non-city sanctioned board meeting hosted by the board on April the 10th that violated a city ordinance. The meeting was to discuss the library's mission statement and did not follow city procedures, meaning the meeting was not scheduled in a proper way with city staff and violated standards for the Open Meetings Act noted by state law for governmental bodies. Mayor Dwayne Crocker said a breakdown of collaboration between the board and city staff stemmed from a lack of defined roles and expectations from the board's bylaws that were updated last 7 years ago. Visit CrossroadsToday.com for more information regarding the meeting. A Victoria family claims their one-year-old daughter was abused at a local daycare center. The family says their daughter is not the first to fall victim to abuse at this center, but they're speaking out to make sure she's the last. The father spoke with 25 News Now reporter Darius McCormick about the incident.
This is multiple times, many of years that it's been going on, and nothing's ever been done. And
the family took their child to a local hospital due to possible abuse at the daycare. The Victoria Police Department and the Texas Department of Family and Protective Services continue to investigate the situation. However, the family started their own investigation when they put an audio recorder in their daughter's backpack. This is what they heard.
You better lay down. We don't care about you.
Parents don't like it. They can watch them effing themselves, you know.
After hearing those comments and their daughter's situation, the family decided to speak out against the daycare.
Yes, the center I feel like should be closed because the owner's been aware of this. It's been brought to her attention plenty of times and nothing's just ever been done. I feel like she doesn't care about the kids.
Desiree made a post on her Facebook about the daycare. She gained hundreds of interactions, and most were agreeing with the parents regarding the abuse.
We reached out to the daycare for a comment, but we're still waiting for a response. A severe thunderstorm Monday afternoon brought hail and high wind damage to most of the crossroads. High wind speeds reached between 65 to 70 miles per hour, bringing down trees and causing power outages in Gonzales, Shiner, and Hallettsville. The Calhoun County Office of Emergency Management reported 9 RVs flipped. 2 people were hurt. The storms continued to the coast with 60-mile-per-hour winds in Palacios and Matagorda, resulting in over 140 reports of wind damage across South Texas. Some residents on the south side of Victoria told us in late March they're concerned about the lack of light at the Lawrence Street underpass. Those residents told us again last night that they are still concerned. Some of the city lights were out, as well as a lack of proper lighting in the area. Concerned viewers told 25 News Now the lack of city lighting makes this area more dangerous for drivers and pedestrians. Last year, the city of Victoria transformed this underpass with a mural on both sides to celebrate the bicentennial anniversary of Victoria, but it continues to lack lighting. Authorities with the Florida Highway Patrol say 8 people are dead and another 45 are hospitalized after a crash in Ocala, Florida. Florida Highway Patrol says the bus was carrying 53 farmers to Cannon Farms in Dunedin, Florida when the bus and a Ford Ranger truck collided. The bus then traveled off the roadway and struck a tree before heading into a fence, overturning. The driver of the pickup truck, Brian McLean Howard, survived the wreck and is facing 8 counts of driving under the influence manslaughter. Florida State Highway Patrol officials say they will conduct both a thorough and exhaustive traffic crash and criminal investigation. Firefighters sprung into action to save a dog who had gotten stuck in a wall in California. The dog, called Faye, had crawled into the wall through a small plumbing access door. She got stuck under a bathtub for 2 hours and refused her family's pleas to come out. However, firefighters reunited the pup with her family. I'm glad that turned out good for the dog and the family. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now 6:39 on our Wednesday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. A student from an area high school has taken best in state for welding.
I'm ABC's Perry Russum in Washington. The U.S. is sending more weapons to Israel after pausing a shipment last week. That story coming up.
And also coming up after the break, we'll take a look at your school bus forecast, followed by your weather and health forecast. And later on Sunrise, we'll take another look at the possible severe weather coming our way today or tomorrow and possibly even Friday. Well, good morning, Crossroads. If you're all tuning in with us this morning, you're looking live in Cuero, and look at that. That fog is starting to pick up just a little bit in Cuero as well. And y'all are north of Highway 59, but look at the beautiful sunrise behind the fog. Look, you got some nice kind of mixture of clouds out there this morning. But if you're going to go look at that sunrise, just a tad bit cool out there. You might want to grab a light jacket. 63 degrees out there in Cuero, but with your dew point 62 degrees, 1 degree off in that temperature, you've got that 97% humidity. And that's why this computer says it's bringing you 5-mile visibility. And looking out in the distance, I might say maybe 3 or 4 mile visibility out there as well. So I might agree with that this morning. So definitely make sure to be careful out on the roads for today. But if you're sending your kiddos out the door, it's going to be just like it is right now in the 60s. And as you're heading back home in the afternoon, we got a warm day in the 90s. I'm thinking right around 91 for today. Very warm with a couple clouds passing through the area. But the grass pollen is going to be high today. I'll let y'all decide if you want to take an allergy pill or not. I'm not going to. But air quality is going to be moderate today. Not unhealthy, that's good. But the UV index is going to be very high with that beaming sun for today. But we got plenty more warm weather to come even after the possible alert days. So we're going to take a look at that in just a few more moments. And that's it for weather. Now we're going to look at sports with Zach Brown.
A state championship is returning to Victoria. The St. Joseph Lady Flyers run rule Grapevine Faith. This right here is the final run. Final score was 12-2. St. Joseph set the tone early with 5 first-inning runs, adding 2 more in the 4th, 4 more in the 5th, and this last one we just saw right here in the 6th inning. They also had 17 hits in the ball game, brought out their best when it mattered the most. St. Joseph, TAP state champions, and they only had 2 seniors on the team, Sophie Rodriguez and Elena St. Jean, so they're going to return a great squad next year as well. And we also had 4 Lady Flyers who were named to the all-tournament team. Jasmine Games, just a freshman. Shane Meismer, who was also just a freshman, and those 2 seniors I mentioned, Elena St. Jean and Sophie Rodriguez, also named to the all-tournament team. And while the ladies were far away in Arlington, they had some fans over at the Dome cheering them on. Actually, classes were able to watch the game throughout the morning. Some classrooms streamed the game. Others went over to the Flyer Dome to watch as their Lady Flyers brought home a state title for the first time since 2011. Flyer Nation was very proud. These girls are still very young, so they're going to return nearly everyone, and they could very well make another run next year. With your 25 Sports Now, I'm Zach Brown.
Thank you, Zach. All right, we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. The Biden administration is moving forward with a new weapons deal with Israel worth more than $1 billion. It comes a week after the U.S. paused a shipment of large bombs. Critics say this undermines the president's message of holding Israel accountable.
Sources tell ABC News the Biden administration told Congress it's moving forward with a new weapons deal with Israel worth more than $1 billion. It comes a week after the administration paused the shipment of another arms transfer consisting of 3,500 bombs of up to 2,000 pounds each over fears they'd be used in Rafah, where the UN says nearly 450,000 Palestinians evacuated in the last week. A spokesman for the UN says their Secretary General is appalled by the IDF's escalation of military action in Rafah.
These developments are further impeding humanitarian access and worsening an already dire situation. At the same time, Hamas goes on firing rockets indiscriminately. Civilians must be respected and protected at all times.
There's a struggle to find food and fuel in Rafah. The State Department says 50 trucks carrying aid went into Gaza on May 12th.
This is not nearly enough. More needs to be done.
It comes as nearly 20 American aid workers are trapped in Gaza, saying it is not safe to leave. The stranded include Monica Johnston and Dr. Adam Hamawi.
Work, work, work. That's what works for me. I try not to think of anything else.
Israeli officials tell ABC News any accredited aid worker can leave or enter, but those workers say there's no guarantee of safety.
There's no bed sheets, there's no hand sanitizers, there's no soap. We have almost 100% infection rate because of the conditions we're in.
More aid is on the way for people in Gaza. The Pentagon says the pier bringing aid by sea will be open in the coming days.
Perry Russom, ABC News, Washington.
And that leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. We ask you, do you agree with the U.S. sending more weapons to Israel after pausing a shipment last week? Okay, 75% of you say yes and 25% of you say no. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. A student from Bloomington High School has taken best in state for welding. Sophomore Isaiah Perez won first place in the state of Texas in welding at the Texas State Technical College's High School Welding Build-Off in Waco earlier this month. Students received a guide on what to weld and had to complete the project within a certain amount of time. Welding instructor Ishmael Gonzalez says that Isaiah has already taken the steps needed to be successful.
We have students enrolled in this program that are willing to be successful. They put in the work, they put in the time, and that's what it takes to be successful at anything, whether it's in life, any skill, any application that you put your life to. That's what you need to do. Put 100% in it, and this young man has done that.
Isaiah also won a scholarship to Texas State Technical College, and yes, he plans to pursue a career in welding. The time is now 6:47 on our Wednesday morning. Still to come, a popular restaurant in Victoria is one of nearly 50 restaurants in a chain that is closing. Okay, it's time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy 16th birthday, Blaze. Mom and Dad love you so much.
Oh, happy birthday, Blaze. And happy birthday to Cielo. Happy 21st birthday to Cielo. Love from Mom, Dad, Ari, and Penny.
Aww. And former soprano star Jamie Lynn Sigler with a birthday. The actress and podcast host is 43 today. Parker, I need more coffee.
Oh yeah, super early still. Happy birthday, Jamie Lynn. And to see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com. Click on More and under Home, you'll see KVU to submit your birthday.
And the time is now 6:48 on our Wednesday morning. Happy birthday if you're celebrating one today.
That's right, happy birthday. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, good morning, Crossroads. Real good. Glad to hear that everyone was all safe and sound after all the storms that we had, those big storms that we had on Monday, I should say. But coming our way, we have another shot of some possible severe weather coming to tomorrow and maybe even on Friday as well. Now we're going to look at your jet stream to kind of give you a reason of why. Because you can see here the other low that we just had on Monday, that's all the way out there on the East Coast. But if you look right behind it, here comes the next one. This one's going to be an upper level low, and that's going to be basically means it's in the upper level of the atmosphere where it's spinning, but where that pressure system is. But that low is going to slowly push right over the southern Rockies. It's actually over the Baja Peninsula right now, but as it approaches Texas, it's actually going to approach tomorrow. You can see it's going to set up right over West Texas tomorrow afternoon in the early evening, and you can see the jet stream that's going to start picking up as it approaches as well. But then you can see it's going to slowly push east-northeast going through Texas tomorrow. Actually, not tomorrow, going into Friday, and there's still a jet stream over us on Friday. So that's why I'm thinking maybe some more weather possibly coming our way on Friday as well. But that's all going to be determined on which direction the low is going to move. Is it going to go more north or is it going to go more south? So we're going to look at it right here. You can see it coming out of the Rockies as it slowly, like I said, very slowly pushes east-northeast. You can see it spinning and spinning up all those storms. And here comes this big first wave of storms coming on Thursday tomorrow. But depending on if it goes north or south, there could be another low that develops on the south side of it. But even the National Weather Service has a level 2 out of 5 risk for, it's not in our counties, but it is just north of Hallettsville. But they have a risk for Friday as well. We're going to take a look at all of that more, though, in just a few more moments. Back to Carolina.
Thank you, Parker. The Red Lobster in Victoria is one of nearly 50 restaurants in the chain that is closing as of Tuesday. Red Lobster is now in the process of liquidating equipment and furniture from the restaurants they closed. Red Lobster reportedly considered filing for bankruptcy. Red Lobsters in Texas closing along with Victoria include locations in Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio. Wholesale prices surged in April, and figures released by the Labor Department's Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Producer Price Index, which measures prices received at the wholesale level, went up 0.5 percentage point in April, 0.2 higher than the forecast from Dow Jones. Year over year, wholesale inflation is up 2.2%. This is just the latest inflation measure, running hotter than the Federal Reserve's target, which means the Fed is unlikely to cut interest rates anytime soon. Still to come on Sunrise, news to know before you go. The Department of Justice says that Boeing violated a 2021 deferred prosecution agreement. The Department of Justice says that Boeing violated a 2021 deferred prosecution agreement protecting them from criminal charges tied to the fatal 737 MAX crashes more than 5 years ago. A letter filed by the DOJ Tuesday in a Texas federal court says that Boeing broke the agreement by failing to make promised changes to detect and prevent violations of U.S. fraud laws throughout its operation. The Justice Department says that Boeing could now be subject to prosecution. The DOJ is determining how it will proceed in this matter and that Boeing will have 30 days to respond. Boeing says they honored the agreement and look forward to responding on the issue. This coming 2024 to 2025 academic college year, the interest rates for undergraduate student loans will rise above 6.5%. That's up from 5.5% for the current year. The federal student loan interest rate has not been that high since the 2012-2013 school year. However, the president's new student loan repayment plan named SAVE could make it easier for future borrowers despite the increases. The Biden administration is currently working on a new set of proposals to deliver relief to certain groups of borrowers. Early voting for the May 28th runoff election starts Monday. Early voting will be at the Dr. Penny Dotson Public Health Center. That's at 2005 North Navarro, Classroom A. Early voting hours are next Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Houston Superintendent Mike Miles is accused of funneling tax dollars out of the state. Read this story by the Texas Tribune on our website, crossroadstoday.com. And we want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV. Just search for Crossroads Today Plus. And now let's get a look at our somewhat patchy, foggy sunrise with Parker. How's it looking over the water?
Well, going over the water, it's not looking too foggy. In fact, if I step in the way here, it looks like I got a halo around my head. Oh, looks pretty cool, huh? But it's a little bit chilly out there this morning if you're going to go see that sunrise, and some of us might be seeing that really thick fog. So please be careful if y'all are driving on the roads this morning. In fact, I'm going to switch it to the Victoria camera. Look at how foggy it is out there. I actually just stepped outside, and here in the central Victoria, not too super foggy, but out in the county, it is definitely a bit foggy, so please be careful on the roads. But I'm thinking we're going to get up to about 91 today with your clouds going to be flirting between mostly sunny and probably cloudy today, but that warm weather continues, and we have some possible strong severe thunderstorms coming yet again tomorrow and Friday.
Wow, Parker, thank you for that forecast.
Of course, yeah, we also got hundreds possibly coming away next week.
Oh, I don't want to hear that. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the weather while you can, and follow us on our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, and we'll see you tonight for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and 10.